These old growth forests were huge canopies, 130 feet high, 140 feet. So the seedlings and the other trees they grew extremely slow because of the light. So it took them 200 to 300 years to mature. In the old growth forest, saplings started growing, and there's no competition for the sunlight from your grass stage. That's out of the pit there, that's where you started. And so for the first 15 years or so, there wasn't any competition. Well, then the canopy starts to develop. And you can see at this point, after 15 or 20 years, when the trees are up, say 20, 30 feet or what have you, then the canopy begins to develop. And then everybody's competing for sunlight, so the growth dramatically slows down. You can see as the years go by, it just gets tighter and tighter and tighter, so it's slower and slower. Old original growth was what you're going to find that's the characteristics of it. So out here, you've got 100 years plus growth just in that width of space. This piece right here might be 150, 200 years old when it was cut. And this one, you can see the much wider rings. So, you've only got 10 years of growth right there. It's definitely a second growth forest. This is out of the Green Building in Louisville. We picked it up, brought it in, unpacked it, and of course, restacked it. So they want to reuse the nail holes and everything they can get. We will take it and get it denailed. You just got to go slow with it. If you try to rush it, they'll break. There's no quick way around it. So it's not going to be a perfect piece of wood. You can see, if we split this board in half, you'll be able to see, like, if that's the top of the floor, you'll be able to see where the nails went through, and it'll give it that rustic character grade wood. Armory is screwdrivers, chisels, nail pullers, metal detected. Then it will go to the resaw. Once it's resawn into half, we'll take it back over to the straight line rip, which will rip off the edges and make them nice and straight on both sides. You can do a good square board. And usually we'll metal detect it again before the planer. It comes out of the planer, and it's all the same thickness. We get the thickness set, and then it'll go into the kiln, and it'll be stickered and stacked with spaces between it. Basically, it will homogenize the wood, and it'll all be the same moisture content. From that point, we would take it, and it will go through the molders, and that will put your tongue and groove, and on your wider boards, it'll put a relief on the back and package, and that's it in a nutshell. The resources we have here for reclaimed wood is just incredible, whether it be the Green Building for Louisville or barn. Say if a neighbor is tearing down an old room or something, you could get the wood from them. 7% of the landfills in the United States are wood, and at least half of that is reusable. And like we were talking about, it's like a treasure hunt. Every time you cut one of these in half, it's just gorgeous like this stuff. Fresh from Louisville, a couple hundred years later. The structural integrity and the strength of it is so much more than a new wood. They appreciate good quality like this stuff right here when they see it. The green movement is definitely getting stronger and stronger. People's reaction to reclaimed materials, and especially the old growth stuff, it's just fantastic.